This video is going to be a little interesting. It's basically going to be my views on open carry. Now, to give you a little background, I used to open carry before I got my permit. In fact, it was probably a few days after I got my gun, I started open carrying once I felt comfortable carrying a gun around. Now, for a little while, don't ask me why I did this, but I would carry a spare magazine, plus a pouch. Well, my holster had a pouch on it for a spare magazine, plus I used to have a single pouch on my side, also for a spare magazine. Now, at first, I would open carry with an unloaded gun. Now, it made sense to me that if something would happen, I would be able to switch them out in time. That was really stupid thinking. In fact, the 7-Eleven I used to live down the street from, when I mentioned to one of the cashiers who I've talked to plenty of times down there, she even thought it was kind of an odd thing to carry an unloaded weapon and have to switch magazines. I guess it was my fear they would go off, which was stupid because, well, the gun doesn't go off once you pull the trigger. Anyways, after that, I would carry a full magazine plus around the chamber. Now, for some reason, I had this thing in my head that now open carry do deter crime. I'm not going to argue that, and I'm going to go on my way not to sound like a hypocrite in this video, but I'm not condemning them or advocating in either way. If you're an open carrier, more power to you. Every once in a blue moon, I still did open carry, but now I always conceal carry with my permit. Now, I used to think every time I went to any store or any place I normally go, now these places had no problem with open carrying, so let me get that out of the way. And I would go there and would think, hey, I'm an open carrier, apply to deter crime, they'll see the fact that I have a weapon, and hopefully I'll stop anything before it starts. Now, sometimes that does happen. But unfortunately, what did not enter into my mind was, say I was in front of the person, and my back was turned to the person about to commit the crime. Now, most of the time, you don't see the gun until they're about to use it. And most people usually aren't paying that much attention to it, or attention to one person when there's a bunch of people in a store in a specific location. Now, unfortunately, what I didn't think about is, if my back was to somebody who's about to do something stupid, and I'm an open carrier, and I usually carry my gun not exactly at the, let's see here, not exactly at the 9 o'clock position, but I usually felt more comfortable between the 8 and 9 o'clock position. I used to reach towards my back just behind my side for my gun. That's where it felt comfortable, plus it wouldn't interfere with my front pocket. Now, with that being said, it usually meant my gun wasn't so visible from the front, but it was highly visible from the back, which means it wasn't hiding from anybody, because, well, it's an open carry, you can't hide the gun. If you're open carrying, it has to be visible to all people or to the general public, which means I would not open carry anymore, because if somebody's about to do something stupid, I don't want to be the first target simply because I have the weapon. That's why I was concealed carry now. So, will I ever open carry in the future? Highly unlikely, unless my permit expires and I haven't renewed it in time, then possibility. But other than that, for my own personal safety, I probably won't open carry anymore, because I see it as a major risk to me. And like I said, I don't need somebody sneaking up behind me. And I do have a retention holster, but that doesn't mean anything. I mean, if they don't go for my gun, if they have something, they can always rush me to the ground or something, just because I'm armed and they don't want me to stop them. It's a possibility. It could happen. You know, there was a guy in Walmart that got tackled who's a concealed carrier, only because the person who tackled him saw him holster his weapon as he got his vehicle or something to that effect. Then he tackled and made a whole spectacle of it. While the whole guy was screaming, "I'm a legal gun carrier, blah, blah," and the guy just didn't care. And, of course, he was charged and went to jail. Not the open carrier, but the guy who tackled him. Of course, the anti-gunners were actually pissed about that, but oh well, they'll live. And there was another instance, another store where a guy was open carrying, and I think somebody tried to assault him. I have to look it up, I don't remember the exact details, but I'm pretty sure the guy said something to the effect that he won't open carry again. He'd rather conceal carry. It may take a second or two to get through whatever clothing you're covering it with. Now, me personally, I use it in the waistband holster. I don't use anything on my side. I would have to just use a shirt over. I make sure it's in the waistband. That way, even if I don't have a long shirt, if it at least goes to my pants, I'm fine. But again, I have no issue with open carriers. Like I said, that made me a massive hypocrite. I just personally won't open carry anymore because of this situation. I don't want the person to say, hey, he's got a gun, I better take care of him first before I start doing something stupid. Now, in those instances, people, if they don't see a gun, they don't see it as a threat. So hopefully then I'll be able to react. I'm not saying I am safer as a concealed carry because I will not seem like a threat. Unless, of course, this person just starts spraying innocent people whether they're carrying or not, then it won't really matter whether I'm open carry or concealed carrying. But either way, the sad part is I was actually going to make this video short. But it just reached 6 minutes, so that's going to be kind of pointless. But that's my views on open carry versus concealed carry. Well, not really versus, but my opinion on open carry, period. Used to do it. Won't do it anymore because of things that have happened, or my mindset has just changed. If you're an open carrier, that's fine. I'm not going to tell you how you should or shouldn't carry your weapon. That's none of my business. I'm just saying how I will personally carry open from now on. Plus, even though it doesn't matter and the stupid comments, I rarely ever got them while open carried. But every once in a while somebody says something stupid or give me a dirty look. And I wear an NRA hat, so even though it's pretty much when you support guns, most people don't really put that together. I've only had one person ask about carry just because of my hat. That's because he was also a concealed carrier. But in the general public, most people don't ask or care. I have a concealed weapon for a reason. That way the person committing a crime does not see me coming before they have a chance to do anything. But anyways, that's just how I feel. Comment, do whatever you want. I'll answer them if they're relevant. If you're just going to attack, I won't. But you have the right to say what you want, and I will not diminish it because of, even if I don't agree with it. But anyways, later.
Come and take it if you want it. Come and take it if you think you can. Come and take it, but we'll warn you, you'll have to pry from our cold dead hands. We want the freedom that God gave us, so you best not cross that line. If you want this gun, you gotta come through us and take it one shot at a time.